everyone, welcome back. In this episode of Ranking Everything in Animal Crossing, we are going to rank all of the bugs. This should be fun. I am going to base this off of aesthetics as well as catchability. I was going to do purely aesthetics, but then I feel like some of the rankings would have been a little skewed, so we're going to go off of those two pieces of criteria. First, we have the common butterfly. They look okay, however, they're very common, obviously, as is the name, and they are easy to catch. So because of that, I think they're going to go in C tier. They're not the worst, but they're not the best by any means. Next, we have the Atlas moth. They look cool. They're palm tree bugs, which means that sometimes they can scare easily. So with that, they're going to go in A tier. I just don't think that they're the best bug. We next have the honeybee, and honestly, S tier. I think they're adorable. I think the model is cute. I know we're not going to base them off of the model. However, for me specifically, they're sometimes a little hard to catch just because I am visually impaired and I can't always see them. But I think they look cute, so that is going to bump them up in points, and they're going to go in S. The wasps are pretty common. You get 5 of them every day on your island, and if you go to a Nook Miles island, you get extras. You get 1 wasp per island. They can be difficult to catch if you're new to the game, so it's all about timing, but I've mastered that. I think they're going to go in A. They're just not the best bug. Same with the long locust, honestly, and also the migratory locust. They're all right. They look okay. They're not the best. Actually, I'm going to put those both in B tier because they are, for me, a little bit difficult to catch just because they move so quickly. Sometimes they're hard to see depending on the contrast of the ground, and it's really all about timing, obviously. I don't think that they're up there with the Atlas moth and the wasp, though, so that's why they're going in B. Same thing, honestly, with the mantis. The mantis can sometimes be hard for me to see. However, they look cool, but no, they're going to still stay in B. The orchid mantis, though, I love them. For me specifically, again, they're a little hard to catch, but I think they look really cool, and they're going to go right in S. Next, we have some cicadas, and honestly, they annoy the hell out of me. They are so loud. I don't like the noises that they make. I know they're kind of mimicking real life here. They are very common. They are also usually pretty easy to catch. So all of the cicadas that we have right here, the brown cicada, the robust cicada, and the evening cicada are all going in D tier. The yellow butterfly is going to go right up with its friend in C tier. They, again, are very common, just like the common butterfly. They're everywhere. They look cute, but it's just a little butterfly. Okay, well, this is the evening cicada. That and the walker cicada look so similar to me. The color is just ever so slightly off. However, again, it is going down at the bottom with all of the other cicadas. The dragonflies, we have the red, the darner, and the banded. The red dragonfly is going to go up in A tier. It's all right. Pretty easy to catch. Looks kind of cool though. The Darner Dragonfly is going to go in B tier. It's okay. It's not super difficult to catch. However, the Banded Dragonfly is going down at the bottom. It looks cool, but it's a pain to catch. It is so fast, like so fast. And I don't know about you guys, but I always struggle with trying to catch it. We next have the ant. They are not worth a lot. They're kind of right down there, I think, with the cicada shell in terms of price. They are very easy to catch if you know how to catch them. You usually just have to leave a rotted turnip or a piece of candy on the ground, and then when you go back near it again, there will be an ant colony near it. It's okay. It just looks like an ant. Honestly, I think they're gonna go down at the bottom. Same thing with the pond skater. It just looks like a bug. I like the bucket that it's in when you place it down as an item, but like when it's in the water, it's just okay. And they're not worth a lot. Even though they are easy to catch, they're just not my favorite. The diving beetle, I think, is gonna go in C tier. I think it looks pretty neat, actually, and it is fairly easy to catch if you are quick enough when standing near the edge of a river. Snails, honestly, are really cool. I think they're going to go up in A tier. You find them in the rain, so they're pretty common when it's raining, in my opinion. They're not super hard to catch. Sometimes they do scare easily. I think it depends on like if you bump up against a bush or a rock that they're on, but they're all right. The tiger butterfly is also going to go in A tier. I just don't think it's the best butterfly. It's okay. It looks cool. They're pretty common and easy to catch. We next have the cricket, followed by the bell cricket. Both of them are almost indistinguishable to me in terms of the sound. I think the bell cricket sounds a little different. I just haven't heard them in a while, but they're not terrible. However, they're not great, so they are going to go in C tier. Kind of same with the grasshopper, honestly. It's all right. It's kind of easy to catch depending on how fast you are, if you're able to creep up on it. It looks okay. okay, but it's not the worst. The mole cricket, however, is the worst. The sound that they make is so annoying. They are very difficult to catch, even if you're wearing headphones, and I just generally don't like them. So they are going at the very bottom. The walking leaf is so funny. I think that it's S tier. Sometimes I see it for a split second. I do think that it's a furniture item on the ground, and then you walk near it and it just poof, it's a walking leaf. Because they look cool and because they're also relatively easy to catch, they're going in S tier. The walking stick, however, I feel like I hardly ever see them. They look kind of neat though, so I think they're gonna go in A tier. They're like fragile guys. The bagworm is pretty easy. They just show up sometimes when you are shaking trees. However, I don't think they look super cool, so they're gonna go in B tier. The ladybug, however, is adorable. It looks so cute. I'm going to put it in S tier, even though sometimes they're a little difficult to see. The violin beetle, I think, looks pretty cool, and so does the citrus longhorn beetle. Both of them are stump bugs. I do think the violin beetle looks a little cooler than the citrus one. However, I think they're both going to go in B tier. The peacock butterfly, honestly, beautiful. In my opinion, easy to catch. It's going in S tier. I think that pretty much all the other butterflies are going to go in there as well once we get to them. The dung beetle, in my opinion, is so funny because you'll just randomly find them rolling snowballs. However, sometimes they can be a little difficult to catch. They look okay, nothing really special. I think that they're gonna go in B tier. The fireflies, honestly, beautiful, very common, easy to catch, S tier. The earth boring dung beetle, while it is purple, at least it looks purple in the sprite, it's my favorite color, I think that they are just okay. They scare easy. I think that they're gonna go in B tier. The scarab beetle, I think, looks really cool. It is a palm tree bug, so sometimes it can be a little difficult to catch, but overall, I think that it's gonna go in A tier. Same thing with the jewel beetle. I think it looks cool. It can sometimes be hard to catch if you don't creep up on it, but A tier. The Miama stag and the saw stag, to me, are completely indistinguishable from one another. They are both fairly easy to catch. I think the saw stag might scare a little easier. I think that they're gonna go in C tier. They're not the worst. The giant stag, I think, is gonna go in C tier as well, probably. It's all right. It's easy to see. It can be hard to catch. It's a palm tree bug. Next, we have the rainbow stag, which I think looks really cool. It is a palm tree bug. Sometimes they are hard to find and they are hard to catch just because of the small percent chance of them spawning, and they scare easy. I think they're gonna go in A tier. I just don't think they're the best. Same with the cyclomatus stag. It looks really cool. It's worth a lot, and it is kind of up there, I think, in terms of catch rate with the rainbow stag. I think it might be a little easier to catch, but it's not the best. The monarch butterfly is really pretty. They are fairly common and they are easy to catch. I think, though, that they are going to go... I know I said that the other butterflies were going to go in S tier, but I think that they're probably going to go in A tier. The golden stag, I think, is going to also go in A tier. It looks really cool. It is kind of hard to catch because it is a palm tree bug, but it looks neat. Actually, I think it's going to go in B tier. All of the horned bugs that we have right here, the horned dynastid, the horned elephant, the horned Hercules, the horned atlas, all of them I think are going to go in... I think they're going to go in C tier. They're not the best, in my opinion. They all kind of look samey. They're similar color palettes for the most part. They're just okay bugs. They are worth a lot, though, as they are palm tree bugs, but they're just okay. The Goliath beetle, however, I think it's going to go in S tier. It looks so cool. It is kind of hard to catch just because it's a palm tree bug, and the spawn rate isn't fantastic, but it looks neat. The flea, I think, is going to go at the very bottom. They are hard to catch. The spawn rate isn't great. They annoy our villagers. I do like that they make a little sound, but the spawn rate is awful and they annoy our villagers. They're going at the bottom. The pill bug, fairly easy to catch, but I don't think it deserves to go at the bottom. I think it's going to go in C tier. I know we're skipping over the mosquito, but the fly is also going to go at the bottom. It is very difficult to catch, at least in my experience. Even if you leave trash out, it takes a very long time for one to spawn, and it's annoying, and you can barely see them. The mosquito, also gonna go at the bottom. They are annoying. I know that they are just as annoying in real life. Unfortunately, mosquitoes love me in real life, and I really hate that. You can barely see them. Sometimes you'll see them a little bit. They bite you or whatever, and it's obnoxious in the game just as much as it is in real life. The emperor butterfly is absolutely beautiful and easy to catch, S tier. The centipede is not the worst. so I think it's gonna go in C tier. I don't really have much else to say about it. The spider, I've not seen a spider in a zillion years in this game. They again will show up if you shake a tree, kind of like a bagworm. I think they're only at night. They're gonna go in C because they're not the worst. However, the tarantula and the scorpion are both gonna go at the bottom. They are hard to catch in my opinion. I know how to catch them. They just give me really bad anxiety. The scorpion will jump you if you are even remotely near it with a net. The tarantula, I feel like not so much. Maybe, I don't know, but both of them are pains in my ass and they're gonna go at the very bottom. The stink bug as well as the giant cicada are both going to go in C tier. They're not terrible. They're not the absolute worst. However, I'm not a huge fan of them. The stink bug is kind of hard for me to see sometimes on flowers. The giant cicada is annoying with its noise. The hermit crab, however, I think what they did with the hermit crab in these games is a genius move. It's going to go in S tier. It looks cool. The model looks cool. And I like that you can very easily be fooled by a shell on your beach. The tell with the hermit crab is if you're approaching a shell slowly and you see the shell kind of like wiggling a little bit, that means it's a hermit crab and not an actual shell. The rice grasshopper, however, and I don't know why this wasn't with the actual grasshopper, it's gonna go probably in C tier. I don't really have anything to say about it. Like, it's not terrible. The cicada shell, same thing, C tier. I feel like they hardly ever show up in my game. They are really not worth anything and they're super easy to catch. And I know that because of the catchability, it probably should have been bumped up a little bit, but I just kind of find them annoying. The Agrias butterfly is going to go in S tier. Of course, it's a beautiful butterfly. Even though it is hard to catch, they are fast little things. It looks awesome. The tiger beetle, in my opinion, looks really, really pretty. It is not, however, going to go in S tier. I think it's A. It's not like as nice as I think it could be. It looks cool, and I think they're kind of easy to catch, but in my opinion, they're not the best. The wharf roach, honestly, is probably going to go at the bottom. I feel like the spawn rate, at least like in my experience, is so bad I hardly ever see them. They are really hard to see because they spawn on the beach rocks and they kind of blend in my opinion, so they're at the bottom. I almost forgot the name of this. I was going to call it the blue bottle butterfly. It's kind of the same though. It's a common blue bottle. I think it looks pretty. It is actually common. Again, I know I said I was going to put all the other butterflies in S tier, but I think it belongs in A. However, the paper kite butterfly, amazing, S tier, very pretty, very common on my island because of all my flowers, very easy to catch. The great purple emperor butterfly is also going to go at the top in S tier. The drone beetle is okay. They are very common, at least for me. I think in general for everybody they are common. I think they're gonna go in C tier. They're just not the best. The giant water bug kind of freaks me out a little bit. It's worth like a ton of money and I feel like they're very uncommon. At least I think their spawn rate is. I don't think that they're going to go at the bottom. I think that they're going to go in C tier. The giraffe stag, I think, is also going to go in C tier. I don't really have anything to say about it. The man-faced stink bug, I think, looks kind of funny. It's probably, I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's okay, it's not terrible. The Madagascan sunset moth and the Raja Brooks birdwing are both going to go in S tier because they are both pretty. The blue weevil beetle, I think, looks so pretty, but I don't know if it's gonna warrant the coveted S tier badge. I think that I'm gonna put it in A tier. The damselfly is also pretty, but I feel like they're also really common. I don't know. I think that they're gonna go in B. The Roselia batesi beetle, I think, again, it looks very pretty. I have not seen one of these in my game in a zillion years. Apparently they spawn on stumps. I don't know. I just haven't come across it. I think it's gonna go in A tier. The Queen Alexandra's birdwing, of course, is gonna go in S tier. It's a beautiful butterfly. And finally, the moth is okay. I feel like I don't see them a whole lot. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I think it's gonna go in B tier. Yeah, it looks fine in B tier. Well, that's it, guys. That's all the bugs in Animal Crossing, at least in New Horizons. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me through it. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.